Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in us. They know.
Hello YouTube, it's your girl Kimberly. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. In this video we are talking all things concealers. So I went on a concealer, like, I don't even know what I was doing. I just bought a whole bunch of concealers and I've been trying them and using them. So I just wanted to go through the ones I'm liking, my experience with them, and to do like a quick mini review comparing the multiples. So I'll probably start off with my least favorite and then end with my favorite towards the end of the video. Alright, so before we start talking all things concealer, let's first get some housekeeping out the way. Subscribe to the channel. We need you to be here. Like, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you taking the time to come here. And next time we have these kinds of talks, we want to make sure you don't miss out. So how can we do that? We need you to subscribe. It's free. It'll help support the channel and we truly appreciate it. So hit the subscribe button. If you like this kind of video, I normally only do one product per video. So speak to me by telling me you like this, by liking this video, so I know that I should include more products in multiple videos in the same video. And then also hit the notification bell, that way you'll be the first to know when I post a video or when I go live. So I guess I'll read through all the concealers before I start. No, I won't. I'm going straight to the worst one. Starting off with the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. I have the shade 14 Deep. Are concealer swatches a thing? I don't know. But what we're going to do is just show you the applique here. Let me put these other ones down. Rolling over my little table. Okay, here we go. Boom. So this is the applicator. I mean, I guess, you know what? Well, what the heck? We'll do a little swatchy swatch. They're all going to look like my skin tone because I usually use these under the eye. Can you guys see it? Yeah. Okay, we're not going to do concealer swatches because since they're the same color as me, it's really hard to see it. So, but yeah, so this is, but it actually helps for me to remember why I don't like this. So this one, at this point of the year, because I'm winter color, I would use this to cover up like acne or spots or like discoloration on my face. It is creamy. I like how it applies. It has a really long, so it still didn't even dry down yet, it's still wet. It has a really slow dry down time, so it is perfect for like if you want to put your makeup on, multitask, and you're doing hair, and it'll still be able to blend out and look smooth and regular. But for some reason, I mean, radiant concealers under the eye are always a little tricky for me. This one moved a little bit, needed extra powder to set so it wouldn't move, but then it started looking a little crepey, and it just was always too much work to finesse this and make it look good. And for the price point of concealer it was, I was like, I just shouldn't have to do this much work. It should be set it and forget it. So again, I'm shade Deep 14. And that's the shade I have, but this is not my favorite, not one of my go-to concealers. Also, I use concealer to like sculpt my brows and stuff, and this Charlotte Tilbury one, because it's so creamy, it just does not do that well. So especially when I travel with my makeup, I only want to bring one concealer, so it has to be able to sculpt brows and do under eye, and like a darker shade one has to be able to cover everywhere else on my face. So the fact that this can't be used for brows is really annoying. Okay, next we have the Fenty We're Even Hydrating Concealer. I have the shade 370N. So that was Charlotte. That's Fenty. So as you can tell, Charlotte I bought in the summertime. Fenty I bought in the wintertime. Yeah, that looks so crazy of a difference that that's the same person's concealer. But so this is what one option that I could currently use under my eye. I'm not wearing it in this video, But same thing as with the Charlotte Tilbury, can't really be used for sculpting brows. Is super creamy and hydrating, so it doesn't necessarily, for me, work for my full glam looks, because I'm like trying to powder and everything down and make it look the same. And then this is like shiny and glistening, shining bright like a diamond. So where this concealer comes in is I wear this every day. So if I'm not wearing a full face of makeup on a regular day, I'll have brows, mascara, a little liner, and then lipstick, and maybe contour or highlighter, either or, not both. And then I'll use this just to cover up my under eye and my bag, and it's really good for this. So if you are a no makeup girl or a low makeup girl and you don't like the over the top glam kind of makeup, and you just want a simple, easy, cover my bags, doesn't look creasy, cakey, and kind of just looks like a natural brightener, this is the best mascara. So I think that's really who it's for. I think that if you're like a full face, cake face kind of girl, this is not gonna work for you. But if you want like barely there makeup, this is a really good concealer. Okay, next we have the first drugstore entry. Wet n Wild Megalast Incognito All Day Full Coverage Concealer. I have the shade Tan Deep. Tan Deep, so no number, but Tan Deep. We're gonna go ahead and show you guys the applicator and then do a little swatchy swatch. So this is another one. I bought this one in December, so it's still a little light, but not as light. That Fenty one is definitely the lightest one I have right now. This is more I use for like a cover the bags to make my face look one color and not necessarily lightening and brightening of the under eye. But this concealer is bomb. It does brows, it does spot coverage, it does even there's areas on my face like well, you can't, it's a little hard to see now because I have foundation, but places where I have discoloration, I don't have to put color corrector, and this will cover it up. When they say full coverage all day, full coverage all day, this concealer is going to have your back. It's one of the best drugstore concealers I tried. There's only one more that's better than it that's going to be coming up soon in this video. And yeah, and it works phenomenally. I do have like some creases under my eyes, so it does make it a little difficult when I'm choosing concealers, but this drugstore one really does work. It doesn't settle in the lines, it doesn't crease, it doesn't get crazy, and it stays in place once it sets down. It works beautifully whether you apply with fingers, brush, or beauty blender that's damp. It is my favorite, one of my favorite concealers, and it works great for brows. Like, this is probably one of the best for sculpting brows. It just makes it look like you just got your brows waxed. This concealer I love, love, love. Next we have One Size, what's the name of this? Turn Up the Base Butter Silk Concealer in the shade Dark 3G. So what I love about the One Size concealers is they have them based on undertones. So it's like the neutral, the olive, the gold, and it makes it so easy. This was the fastest I ever matched myself for a concealer. Let's go a little further down. Gorgeous. You see how smooth that just went across? When they call, there's a reason they say like butter, well, butter silk, because this concealer is really like butter. You see that? And it does go on wet, but it is going to dry down matte. Remove all color, all shadow from wherever you put this thing. Your eyes, it looks almost photoshopped once you wear this concealer. It is so good. Like, it gives the brightening, it doesn't move, it doesn't bulge, it stays right in place, it blends, doesn't crease, and it gives you that full glam look effortlessly, but you still look natural. But don't use too much. A little bit goes a long way. If you put a lot of product, then it starts to get cakey and do weird things. It doesn't act bad if you put too much, but then you're gonna start to look, because it is mattifying, you look very made up very quickly if you put too much under your eyes. But great concealer, especially if you have like acne and stuff like that you want to cover. This being matte, I think that mattifying effect, because the luminous concealers, that light reflection is going to show that little mounds of where your pimples underneath. So you really want to go with a matte concealer for spot concealing, so that way it looks more flat and you can better camouflage the little annoying pimple that you want to hide. So love this. This is number 2, and number 1 is the ever so viral NYX Pro Stick Concealer. I have the shade Cappuccino 13. That is the concealer I currently have under my eyes in this video, but I'm so heartbroken. I broke it. I was using it and the tip broke off. I was so sad. So actually I'm gonna have to be careful with the swatch here because I did break it. There we go. So you see how clean and creamy and that is? Like, see how all uncontrolled the other ones are? And this is so precise and easy to get into that one spot. That's a real big reason that this is like the pro kind of thing, I think, or where they get that pro kind of idea from, is because it's super precise, super creamy and gorgeous looking. Like you can see right there that how clean underneath my eye is. You can't see my bag, you can't see the discoloration. It looks so good. So I did, in transparency, set it with the One Size ultra pink setting powder. I put it on a fluffy eyeshadow brush and I just lightly dust it under my eye just so the cream won't move. But because that's the only issue with this, because it is creamy. If you have oily skin, she gonna slide to the left, slide to the right. And in order to make sure that that doesn't happen, you want to put a light dusting of powder on top. I'm not a baking girl under the eyes because it just looks really dry. And it's funny, I actually baked for previous videos I had filmed, and then I literally just didn't even post those videos because I was like, I look like the Crypt Creeper under my eye. Why is it so dry? Why do I look dead? Somebody inject some life into me. I look crazy. So no more baking under the eyes. I can't do that no more. But this concealer is super cool. I got the Brick Red color corrector. It's a little too dark for me. There's an apricot one, but it's been sold out everywhere, so I'm still on the hunt for that. But this is the bomb.com concealer. The only thing is it's a little more difficult to use it for your brow sculpting because it is like a cream kind of stick, and if you just take this stick to your brow, then it's going to be unkempt. So what I usually do is I like prime my whole lid for my shadow with this concealer, and then I'll dip the angled brush in a little bit of that product and then go back, finish the brow, and then finish blending the concealer fully on my eye. Oh my goodness, the best. All of them can be used for eyeshadow primers also, but these 3, your eyeshadow is not going anywhere. So these are the top 3. If there's only 3 things you get from this video, it's definitely to get the NYX Pro Fix concealer, to get the One Size matte, and then to get the Wet n Wild Megalast Incognito. The other 2 concealers, the Fenty and the kind of Tilbury, they're kind of cute, but they're just not that amazing for combination oily skin to run out and get them, unless you are a no makeup girl and you just want to have brightness under your eyes and you don't want to do a full face. Then this is great. But other than that, ooh, these concealers, I'm telling you, run out and get them, alright? So I'm going to leave the names in the order I like them with the prices below, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye!
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down.